Okay. Hopefully we're live. I'm just watching MK, by the way, while people join. I didn't realise he was going to be streaming at the same time. Let me know if we're live, because hopefully it's working. Martin, how are you doing? Chill and relax, fella streamer. Yeah, I like your streams, chill and relax. Gier, Alexandro. Look, I've got this new thing here. I've got to write who was first. So, Rusty Russ Repairs was first. And then it was Grandpa. I've missed a D and out. Where's my cloth? I've done it again. Here we go. Grandpa, who was third then? Oh, that was Martin. There we go. You're on my leaderboard now. Let me spell your name right. Here we go. Let me see if this chat's working. Grandpa's bench sees me. Oh, good, JFix. Hope is well. How's the database coming along? It's coming on quite well, actually. I'm just putting new chips in there every single day. I'm trying to build it up. NanoFix is here as well. Okay, let's go. Ready? This is so cool. YouTube sent me that. And we also have thermal camera. Check that out. Which I'm happy about. Finally got a thermal camera again. Just finished part 4 of the Sharp radio restore. Now it's all done. Hey, well done, mate. Yeah, those vintage radios looked cool. I've just got these batteries. I didn't know what voltage were in there. Oh, it looks okay. Oh, that one's dead. Yeah, that one's a good one. I knew one of them was bad. I'll throw that one in the bin. We'll keep this one. Never know when it might come handy. Yeah, we see you in here. Fishing frustrations. Let's go. Let's go. Laptop fix is here. Right, I'm going to start a poll anyway about what we should do, because I've got a few different choices. New toys, and they're getting affordable for us hobbyists. Yeah, this one is a new old toy because something happened to my last one. So, what meter do you have? What type of meter, NanoFix? Are you talking about the multimeter? This one. I love your on-screen displays. I can show you the multimeter if you want to see that. 1 second. Let's go up here. This is the Rigol. It's the DM858E. Quite a big one. But you can see in here, what you've got is you've got a shift here to do the secondary functions. So I'd press that if I want to go into diode mode, for example, and then I've got a beep on the diode mode as well. And then, yeah, it also has 4-wire measurements as well. So I can do here ohms in 2-wire, or if I press shift, I can do 4-wire measurements as well, which is pretty cool. Fume extractor, that doesn't exist, I'm afraid. don't have any. I don't have any fume extractor. That's the other multimeter that I've got here, and that one's faulty. It's not coming on, so that's a candidate for being repaired. The Handtech one. Yeah, Rigel is pretty good. That's an Android-based multimeter. That one is. So it has an IP interface as well and a web interface for connecting to it. So you can control everything from your computer, or from the it doesn't lock it out and put it into a local mode. You can still use the multimeter as well. That's why I went with that one. Yeah, Ace has seen my one and he's also bought the same Rigel as me. The Vaser mount, let me show you the mount if you want to see that. Hopefully I can pull it out. So it's like that. It's got those holes in there, so I'm assuming that is the Vaser mount, those 4 holes. So you could probably have it on an arm and swing it out if you want, because it's going to be pretty similar to their oscilloscopes as well. You can connect it via USB, but I connect it via LAN because it's got the web interface on there. Let me stick it back up there. But yeah, the display works quite well, and it's pretty much real time. What you're seeing on that display is matching what I see on my multimeter, so that's pretty good. So he knows when his brain is overheating. Looking at getting one, just wondering if you did. No, I don't have one. And what's happened to my face cam? 1 second. I think I've nudged the USBs here. That's NanoFix's fault. And blame him. Right, we're back on. Yeah, we're working again. He's sold. Gonna save for one now. Yeah. Price performance is really good. Yeah, I got it from AliExpress. Pretty much every single tool I've got is from AliExpress. So, but I managed to get a really good deal on mine using some vouchers and I think they've got some discount days coming up as well. Right, I'm going to do the poll on what to do, because the choices are, I've got that multimeter that I just showed you. That one's not working. I've also got the PlayStation that Ace sent me. Let me show you that. So I don't know if anybody saw the video that Ace sent me a few gifts, and he sent me this PlayStation here to have a look at. I've never worked on that before. So he sent me that, the controller, and the AV lead as well. So since then I've bought this, which is going to be a adapter. You can switch the aspect ratio on here, and you've got the output. It's powered by USB. The output's there for the HDMI, so we can capture the output. And I also bought some games as well, the Gran Turismo games, because they were always my favourite, especially Gran Turismo 2. That's the one I spent so many hours playing, that one. So we got that we can look at, and the last thing we've got is laptops as well. I'm waiting. Infrared bands. That would be cool, Arnold. Yeah. I don't know if we'll be able to link them to the screen as well, so you can see the thermal. Hey Pierre, hi, how are you? And I also do have a laptops to repair as well. So the choice is repair the multimeter, repair the PlayStation. I can always see it's got a fault anyway because that doesn't stay closed and that button is not clicking. And I don't know if it works. Let me turn it around that way. And the second option is the laptops. I want to get through some test on before. I've got the really big gaming laptops. These are the huge ones. So we've got this MSI, and look at the thickness on it. We've got that big one, and we've also got the HP, the Omen as well. So we've got both of those that we can have a look at. So I'll set up the poll because they're big. We might get a chance to do more. Depends how long it is. Doom on the PSX was a good multiplayer. And then I was always a PC gamer for Doom. I never played it on there. Right, let me just see how to do a poll. So we've got, look at my keyboard, PlayStation, and multimeter, and laptops. Right, let's see if that worked. I've started the poll. Oh, we're dropping a lot of frames here. Yeah, I think I'm really buffering. I'm dropping a lot of frames. Sorry, guys. I can't really do much. Wi-Fi, Windows updates on the PC. Yeah, I'm getting okay, I'm just lowering it. Right, I've lowered my bitrate from 6,000 to 4,000 kilobits per second. So just let me know if that improves things at all. Let me reset my counters. Hopefully we'll be stable at that and the quality's still okay. Kenshi, Zolaboard, Ian Baker. When will all non-members get to see the laptop job lot roller coaster video? The first one is a month old now. Yeah, that's on purpose, Ian, because I want to do those videos because it's 20. I'm going to do 20 videos on that, and I want to be able to release them one per week. So I was just like building up the collection of the videos in the background and going to release them one per week. But I have released them just as a benefit to people who have the membership on the channel so they can watch them first. But yeah, if I had to do them one at a time, yeah, I just wanted to build up a collection of them, so hopefully I don't miss any. We can do one per week then. So the first one will be released tomorrow, so you'll be able to see it. Quality's good. Good. Pedro, how you doing, mate? Yeah, we've got some good guys in here. So let me just see what poll is winning. Oh, we got gaming laptops. Exciting. Sorry, Ace, nobody wants to see your PlayStation. Your PlayStation's losing. Alright, I'm going to start putting the PlayStation to the side. And then, unless it suddenly makes a comeback. So it looks like people want laptops. Should we go with the laptops then? Let's go. I think we'll go with the biggest one first, this MSI. If it will fit on the desk. Now we've already had a look at this before. I can't remember what we said, so let's have a look. Another day for the PS1. Yeah, we will do it on a live stream, definitely. If you need Dell parts ever, let me know. Oh, thanks for that. Appreciate that. I've got quite a few Dell laptops I'm doing. Can you please put a link for that HDMI RGB input box? Yeah, I will. I got it from Amazon. I'll put it on after the stream. We'll put it on. Right, let me show you this. So this is what the symptom was up here when we tested it. When I plugged in the power cable, it was drawing 15 milliamps, and then I think that means it was going to 0, and was getting no response from the power button at all. Alexandro, don't know if he's still here, he reckons it was a shorted CPU. Ventru said that it was a 12 volt power rail short. 12 volt, maybe it means 19 volt on there. And also Dave said that as well. And Valken said it was a CPU GPU issue, and SIE said it was a broken ground, so it must mean the ground in the barrel jack connector. So let's see if anybody was right. Where's the barrel jack for this? Look at this, look. 4 USB 3.0 ports. You've got a full set of audio here. Card reader. This thing weighs a ton. We've got the power that comes in here, Ethernet, HDMI, and we've got a USB-C. Is that a display? Oh, right, okay, so we've got HDMI and DisplayPort. Another couple of USBs if 4 wasn't enough, and a drive as well. And I think this doesn't have a screen. There you go, look. Yeah, this is a beast. This is. It's classic. I'm going to call it one bad MOSFET, or next to the DC jack. Arnold's called it. He could be right. Okay, we need some adapter then. Wonder how many amps this thing takes. And what are we going to need? I've currently got small Dell. That might give you a clue what I've been working on. I'm not sure which one this uses. I think it might be like a Dell charger, like this. Let me check. Mini DisplayPort, yeah. Yeah, it's the Dell one that we need. So that's going to go in there. I have actually been getting some more connectors as well. I've just got this one. If anybody recognises where that's from. There you go. And then it's got the end that I can connect to my power supply. Need 8 amps plus, I bet. Yeah. Well, let me have a look what it says. Don't think it says anything on here. Looks like this is a subwoofer or something in there. Yeah, well, I've got 6 point something amps on my power supply, but I think that should be enough to at least get it to boot and go from there. Right, let's plug it in. Let me make sure my power supply is working. Yeah, we've got it in the corner, yeah? 19.5 volts. Right, are we ready for some smoke? Dell chargers usually work on the same HP models, also MSI, yeah. Let me just lock my focus. Right, that'll stop the camera shaking around. Right, let's plug it in. Here we go. Oh, so we got 36, 40, 360. That's going all over the place. I think that's a bit different to what it was doing before. We've got no lights down here. Razer, there you go, Alexandro knows. Dell chargers usually work. Yeah, I've heard that. And Dreams, how you doing, mate? So we've got like some power consumption there. 84 milliamps. It's weird how it's fluctuating. Let's press the power button. Nothing's happened there. Oh, 110. Holding it down. Nothing's happening. 559, then 36, yeah. Yeah, that's all over, isn't it? Alright, let me unplug it. And I've not opened this up before. So let's crack this beast open. Here we go then. Hopefully this is easy to open. Warranty sticker. That's already been voided, of course. I think this is going to be quite easy. Okay. Let's see if that comes out now. Need a little pry tool. Right, trying to get into it. Need something a bit more heavy duty. I think I'll use the metal one. Oh, there's actually a little bit to get your hand in around the back. Didn't see that. Right, that one's just hanging on. Oh no, we got it. So curious to look inside this. Ready? Whoa, that's dirty fans. Wow, this is a beast. Yeah, look at that. Oh, there's a M2 drive in here. Looks like a SATA, old SATA one. Right, so what do you want me to do? I'll let you decide if you want. This I can see as well. Let me show you and we can examine it. I'll zoom you in a little bit. EC did trigger. Oh, okay, so did you see it change? I didn't notice it change. Redo power plug in. Razer wouldn't touch that with a barge pole. Their stuff looks nice but doesn't seem well designed. Yeah, and Mucky, they don't seem to offer very good support with BIOSes, EC firmwares, and no schematics, no board views as well. Measure power rails at least. It's not shorting the charger, but that would have been easier. Yeah, so it's definitely not shorting the charger out because I didn't get any voltage drop. It's Razer, Raymond's favourite laptop to break over someone's head. Smoker, dirty smoker fans. Battery and hard drive unplug. Yeah. So where is the battery? Oh wait a minute, is this the battery then here? Yeah. Sorry, this isn't the input power, this is the battery. So let me unplug that. Yeah, it's a beefy connector on that battery. That's unplugged. You want the hard drive out, yeah? I've got a test drive that we can use, USB one. If we get that far. Right, let me get this out. I'll put the screw back so I don't lose it. And hopefully we can decide if this is going to be a donor board or if it's worth saving. If I can fix it and get it working, then I'll try and buy a screen for it. Just because I think it's quite a cool laptop. What about this mechanical drive? Should we disconnect that as well then? So I'm guessing that was like the boot drive there. See if I can get that out. Here we go. So we've got a serial ATA drive here. That was a 1 terabyte. I have to put my focus back on. Yeah, that was a 1 terabyte, 7,200 RPM. And what was the this one? 128 gig serial ATA drive. Keiko Silver, thank you very much for following. Appreciate you, mate. Yeah, thank you very much. So yeah, I'll leave it over to you guys. I'll let you guide me on this one, whatever you think, and I'll read your comments. Might need some memory to turn on. Oh, okay. Yeah, we haven't got any memory, I don't think. Well, that's strange. You'd think it'd have more than one memory slot. Oh, there is a memory slot. Yeah, there's 2. So we've got no memory. But is that required to turn on or not? I think this GPU is actually on a socket. I think it's maybe a socketed CPU and a socketed GPU in this laptop, which is pretty cool. What was the model of that Rigel multimeter? It's a DM858E is the multimeter. If you want any more details on it, I can share it with you on Discord as well if you message me on there. Yeah, M2 SATA, that's what I thought. Didn't see the PSID number. Might be more on the other side on some models. Yeah. Got a Wi-Fi card in here. So yeah, let me show you what I mean. Look, that, I'm guessing that's the GPU, and it seems to be plugged in to a socket on here. So if it is a GPU faulty, it's no problem. We can just remove it. That can be replaced. And this looks quite big, the heatsink. I'm guessing that's the CPU. So CPU might even be in a socket under there as well. Should we take the heatsink out and see what's under here? It's going to be hard to measure voltage and things because there's like framework covering everything as well. Yeah, you've got it, Matumble. DM858E. There's the two versions. There's a DM858 and a DM858E. The E stands for economy, and that's the one that I've got. They're both exactly the same, but if you look at the specs on the 858 one without the economy one, I think it has slightly better like accuracy and things like that. Yeah, MXM card for the GPU. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like the card, isn't it, that goes in there, if that's what it's called. MXM card. No memory. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If you've got no memory, you should get a beep code or an error code or some message. Try replug again. Okay. Yeah, let's just check then what it's actually doing on the amp meter. Plugging it in now. So 28, 29, 100. Let me see if I can get the thermal cam plugged in as well, because a few hundred milliamps should be able to see something with that, shouldn't we? I'll get the thermal cam ready. I've not used this one yet, so hopefully it's working. Right, I'm plugging in. Right, let me open up my software. Are we buffering alright, or are we okay? Yeah, behaving different now, 54. Hopefully my thermal camera's going to work. Bear with. As I say, I've not used this one before. No, it's not working. It's dropped below 100 now. Yeah, it's only 13, isn't it? Good, no buffering, thank you. Right, thermal camera ain't working. Damn it. Alright, we'll try that again in a minute then if we need it. I don't want to spend too long trying to get that working. Let me see if there's anywhere I can get in to measure on here. Spiking as well doesn't look good, no. I'll bring in the microscope, see if we can see anything over here. Wow, this is so big. So that's the barrel jack. And it comes in down here. So we must have power coming into the board. SIE said something about a bad ground. So I'm guessing that's the outer pins, the ground. Can't really see much of the input circuit. Yeah, I could do it on the smartphone, Alexandru. Should we do that? It's a good idea. Let me try that. There's the... I've got to take the case off my phone because it doesn't plug in like that. Well, actually, I might have got a cable with it. Yeah, I did. Can use that. Yeah, I've got a little angled connector. That'll probably fit in, won't it? Yep. Okay. It's launching. Pull that off. Yeah, we're away. Right, we've got the macro lens on. A second. By the way, I might have to end the stream at some point and go to work. So we're not going to see anything at the moment because we've only got 12 milliamps. So let's see if when it spikes, we can see anything. All right, how am I going to set that up? Let me... Right, you need it over there to see it. And if I hold it away... The orientation's weird. Yeah, that should be alright, yeah. Let me plug it in. Try and go quick. It's not doing anything now. It's not spiking anymore. $12. Hang on. So maybe there is a problem with this jack port here. Let me give it a wiggle. No. Look at that lot, it's just staying on 13. Do you have main power rail? We've not taken any measurements yet. But we were getting like a voltage spiking. It's not doing anything now. Let's see then, because that's a change in behaviour. I'll leave this off to the side in case we need it. I'll get the software on the PC working for next time. Let me get the multimeter and let me see if there's anywhere we can measure main power rail. We've got a big capacitor down here. I'll use the scope. You'll be able to see better. Okay. Where are we looking? Look, we've got a coil and a capacitor over there, so I'll measure it there. So we've got nothing there, a 0, about here. We've also got 0. Check main 3.3 LDO. Yeah, that's the problem though. It's like going to be a mission to test it. Do you want me to take the laptop, the board out, the motherboard out? Can't really see anywhere to measure anything. I think it's going to be bored out, isn't it? Did he get his polar filter sorted? Which polar filter is that? Polarization filter for the microscope. I don't know if this subframe comes out. I think the motherboard comes out from the other side maybe, because this is all connected here. I'll take off these, then we'll get better access. We might be able to see some power supplies under here. Let's go. How is everybody anyway? Any interest in repairs? Okay, let me get a little container. We'll keep them in there. So this fan, state of it, I think we might need to take something else out. What's holding it in? Yeah, it is this one. Never going to remember where all these screws go. Oh, it's captive actually. That's good. Right. Yeah, that could be one reason it's failed. Look at that. That's got to have been overheating. Right. This looks pretty welded on. Yeah, nicotine holding it in. I think so. Main power, the MOSFETs that drive the coil. Main should power the MOSFETs. Yeah. I can't even see the MOSFET. All I can see is a coil and a capacitor. That's all I've got visible there at the moment. Electro Rep, how you doing? Yeah, send it to the Gooch Collector. I will try with some memory first, since the EC seems alive-ish. Alright, shall we try with the... I'll stick a memory in. I'm assuming this is DDR4. We'll see if it's doing any response to the power button now. Here we go. We've got a stick of RAM in. I haven't got any screen, so what I'll do is I'll plug my Chipmunk in the side. And we should be able to see if we get anything. Wow, this is a big laptop to work on. Right, back in. So 13 milliamps, that seems normal, doesn't it? So powering on, see if it responds. Still looks the same. 13 milliamps. Pressing again. Interesting repairs. I got a generator giving small voltage fluctuations and shutting down under voltage. I need to get my Mega and test the windings. That sounds interesting, Rusty Russ. Is it failing under load then? It's not doing anything. That's not responding to the power button. Likes when I plug it back in again. 169.27. There is like an initial power spike there. Do that one more time. And now it's not doing it. It's a bit inconsistent. It's like a power supply taking a bit too much current and then it's like cutting power to the board or something. What model is this, Pedro? It is... let's have a look for you. MSI MS1782. Don't know if you can see that. It's an 11.8 amps laptop. Wow, that's a lot of current. 11.8 amps it needs. So it's a MS17, I think it's an 82 or an i2. Let me put the microscope on it. My eyes are bad. There you go, look at that, look. 19.5 volts, 11.8 amps. That's a power hungry one. MS1782. You might be able to look up the specs then on that to see what's in here. It says GeForce GTX. I'm gonna keep removing stuff. Beast, yeah. Hey Gozzy, I've had a Tesla board. A Tesla board, wow. That's serious. Right, that's released. But these heat pipes, I don't know how they're... Oh, this is so hard to get into. I'm just wondering if the laptop comes out from the other side. Has anybody ever opened one of these before? Because I have no idea how this opens, to be honest with you. Oh, I've got some more LEDs. in this. There's a bar here. It's got a battery indicator and a hard drive indicator over there. Didn't notice that. Yeah, so right, there's some deep holes in these screws. Let me get a driver into this. It was a motor controller with some broken connectors. They've put epoxy. Oh no. Yeah, I guess like parts in cars are going to be covered in stuff. How can you even get into it when it's got that stuff on it? Right, I'm finding screws. Oh, there's a screw under the Hector's here as well. How you doing? Screw under the keyboard. Yeah, I'll just get these screws that I can see, the visible ones, open. I'm impatient, just want to get into it. Right. Oh, there's one here. Yeah, I think this whole frame is going to come off. We'll check under the keyboard if we're struggling. Let me just kill my multimeter. Right, what else have we got? One more here. Happy to have you here, Hector. Thank you very much. Oh, we got a screw. One up here. Done that one already. Right, have we got any movement on this thing? I have no idea. Oh yeah. Found something. Right, where's that metal pry tool? The whole cover is going to come off, I think. I've picked the hardest thing to open on a stream. Right, let me tip it upside down and get the screws out. Right, we've got screws everywhere. Dust everywhere. Let's check under the keyboard. That fan is hanging out. It's not a keyboard, the removable one. Maybe the disk drive is supposed to come out as well. Here we go. We've got movement. It's really clipped in at the front. This part of the frame is coming off and then it's stuck here. Yes, there's one more screw in here. Sergey. Oh, it was the customer that put epoxy. You can charge him 3 times the amount for it then. It's coming. I think we're going to need to take this fan out as well. In fact, let's just unplug the fans. That would make sense, wouldn't it? MSI, they're stingy with their desktop motherboards. Only one SATA cable and L-shaped when I needed it straight. Yeah, they should give you all the cables that you need. Right, where am I going to put that out the way? This fan. Oh, okay, so our antennas are connected in there. Right, fans are out. Same deal over here as well. Has that revealed any extra screws? Here we go. Oh, there's another one in here. This is full of screws. They tried resoldering the connectors. Oh, epoxy for strengthening them. I thought it was like waterproof or something. What's that stuff that they put on it? This thing's really starting to do my head in now. Just want to take some measurements. Feels like something's gripping it down here. I think we might just have to pull quite... Oh. Oh, I found one more. All over the board too. Oh, I'm never opening this thing again, tell you. We're nearly there. Right, I think what we're missing is something under here. There's this daughter board that has the drives in there, the SATA drives. I'm wondering if there's something under this. Look. Yeah, there is. It's under there. So yeah, let me unplug that. Yeah, that's cool. 2 SATAs. Oh. Wait, you can have more. You've got a SATA there and a SATA there, and you've also got a second one. And you could have one there that's not populated. Could have 3 on there then. Hidden screw under there. I hate laptops for this reason alone. Yeah. Seems to be one of the worst ones. This looks like a little connector in here for the front panel lights. So it's revealed that as well. Let's unplug that so I don't rip it off. Yeah, I think we might have got it now. Wow. Oh, so one more. There's one more. I'm sure this is the last one. Why did you vote for the laptop? Okay. Let me just check what's going on here. There's something here plugged in. Oh, what's all this? Sorry, you won't be able to see this. The speaker wires are plugged in down here. And there's one more ribbon cable. This is never ending. Okay, we're out. Whew. So we got 2 speakers and a subwoofer, and then there's a battery pack there. So 11.1 volts, 7,500 milliamps. Looks like a tiny battery for that laptop. Let me step this to the side. Right, what are we left with then? We can see things a bit better now. Should have had a look at the PlayStation. And he's in, yeah. The most complicated laptop I worked on was the Dell Precision. Yeah, some of those can be quite challenging as well. So I've pulled that out, but it's not damaged it. It's just pulled out the socket. That was for the SATA drive. We've got a bit of tape on here on the Wi-Fi card and the battery, but we now have access to a lot of things here by the looks of it. Just cleaning up all these screws, aftermath. So will this come out now? It's a good question. Alright, let me see if I can get the cooler off. Take my test memory out the way. So that feels like it's free. Okay, there's another one holding it down. All this work, I hope the GPU and CPU are okay. Hopefully. But as I say, it looks like it's one where you can change them anyway. We'll soon find out. Here we go. Ta-da. Look at that. That's horrible. Let's get rid of that. Whew. So yeah, here's our GPU. So it's not a socketed CPU. CPU is soldered, but we do have a GPU there. Interesting. Yuck. Yummy. So let's take some measurements then. I think I'd prefer to have it this way around. And let's see what we're dealing with. Bring in a microscope. Right. So here's our CPU. Oh, this laptop's so big. Can't move it around. I'll try and focus. I'm not sure what CPU that is. Power section for our CPU. Looks like it's over here. Let's take a quick measurement resistance on that. Let me find a nice ground. And here, 1 second. Oh. So there's nothing. Oh, that's the memory. Sorry. I'm looking at the completely wrong place here. Our CPU's down here. Under here. This is going into the CPU. So our CPU is about 5 ohms. That seems alright. Would you agree? Oh, I got 3 ohms. 5. So this must be slightly different power supply part. Over here 7. And 3 on there. This stuff's all just breaking away. What was this last one? Nothing seems, obviously reference of CPU SR. Is this an Intel one? Because I can't see any SR on it. Unless we wipe it away, maybe there's something underneath it. Nothing on the die. We just got that V551A708. Oh, it makes that SR2FQ. Maybe it's that part. SR2FQ. Interesting to know what that CPU is. PC makers like to copy Apple. Yeah. What's happened to my power supply? One moment. Oh no, I've just missed Russie's super chat. Thanks for the lazy mat. That was my gift, Russie. You didn't have to do that. That was supposed to be my gift to you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And someone should have told me. I completely missed that. I'm just going to sort my multimeter out, my DC power supply. Right, we can see it again now. So we can take measurements if we need to. Are we even on microscope view? I've lost what am I doing now. SR2FQ, I've seen it, yeah. Oh, it's an i7 gen. Pedro's found it. Yeah, thank you, Russie Russ. You've distracted me now, forgot what I'm doing. PSU at bottom. How long before Windows start putting PSUs at the bottom? And so what's on the main? Yeah, that's it. Let's get to it. Main power rail. Here's our barrel jack in here. Not obvious where the input circuit is. We've got some big resistors over here. So we can measure going into these MOSFETs, yeah? Let me see what our resistance is on there. What we got going into here? Well, that's infinite resistance. 0 ohms. Is that ground? My multimeter's so dirty. That must be ground. Not sure where to measure. Killer shield. What's under the killer shield? Is that for our LAN? Let me just measure on the... I'll have to turn the laptop around. I was going to measure on the jack. Right, here's our DC jack. So let's measure there. So I'm assuming that's the positive. Infinite resistance. Is that ground? No. That's ground. Infinite resistance there. Infinite there and there. So these just must be ground. These must be three positives then, are they? Or is that the ID pin and then 2 positives? But we've got infinite resistance on those. I can't see where it goes in on the MOSFETs after that. That might be on the other side of the board. Let's just check this BIOS battery area. I'm not sure this is factory. Should we see if there's any voltage in that battery? Let me read the chat. So what's on the other side of the power jack? Yeah, that's what I just done. Checked on the other side of the power jack there. It seems to be infinite resistance on that. You have a big track and a small cap. There will be no short there, obviously, if you only had 30 milliamps on the power jack. Yeah, I don't know. I can't see anything after the power jack there. I can't see where to measure. Let's just check voltage mode, see if that BIOS battery's dead. No? 2.9 on there. Let me just sort my camera out. Right. Okay, we're back. Yeah, so we've got it on there. That's fine. Let me just have a little scan around the board, because I don't know why, but our Super I/O chip here has got Kapton tape on it. But we should have a 3.3 around there, yeah? So should we just check, see if we've got any 3.3s around there? That will tell us. Right, I'm just trying to get this in shot. So where could it be? I'll just check across all these pins. Be able to check quite quickly. Good thing is with the multimeter I've got that you can hear the relays click if it changes. Oh, we're not plugged in. Wait a minute. Let me plug it back in. We definitely won't have anything because the battery's unplugged. You also need 3D3. Yeah, I just completely forgot to plug the power jack in. Just check again now. See if we've got our LDO anywhere. And around here. Don't think we've got it. Let's have another look down here. No. Don't think we've got that. So where are all our power supplies? We've got this power supply here. We've got another power supply here. See if I can get a marking on that. Yeah, so we've got a power supply there. Can't quite make that out easily. And this one. One might be for the RAM, because it's right next to the RAM socket. Looks like we've got a BIOS chip there. Okay, I think this is the RAM power supply, that one there. But I would think maybe one of these ones here. Let me just see if I've got a short on any of these coils. JFix, Pacer Bob, how are you, mate? Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. How are you as well? Right, we're just going to check if we've got any voltage at all on there. 0 volts. 0 volts. Let me check at that DC power input jack, see if the voltage is definitely coming in there. So, oh, okay, look, that's the ID pin, yeah, 3.6, and this one. Oh, okay. Well, that's not right, is it? We've only got 3 volts there. 3 volts in the middle one. And 3 volts there. 3.3. 3.3. 3.2. But the voltage isn't dropping on the meter. I've got 19 volts apparently. So we just check that. We just check my connector here. Yeah. I've got 19 and a half on the connector. But when I connect it into the board, double check, only 3.2 volts. Alexandro, I'm looking for my main power rail. Oh, we got a short there. 3.2. Yeah, yeah, Hector's found it. So that one was the LDO that we were looking at earlier. Crikey. Oh, there we go. Fixed it. 19 volts. There you go. What happened there? Here, 19 volts. 19 volts. Well, hey. Well, what have we done there? You did see that, didn't you? Hopefully you saw that. We're only getting 3 volts at that barrel jack. I'm just going to press the power button. It's over here. See if it does anything now. Yes, look, 1.4, 1.9, 2. I mean, wow, it's getting hot. There we go. And switch off. We fixed it. Hey, don't see a fix like that so often. What happened there? Answers on a postcard, please. It's powering on now. So, we should have there, where Hector said, down on these ones, the 5 volt and a 3.3. There you go. Got a 3.3. Got a 5 volts. There you go. That's how you fix a laptop. Loose power jack. Yeah, could be. But should we take it out? Should we boot it up? Don't know what to do now. Hey, Soren's here. Easy Pizza. That was a Soren repair. I have no idea how we fixed that. Oh, we need to order a Domino's. Right, let me just unplug that barrel jack then, and let's, if we think that's a loose barrel jack, let's try and take a measurement. Easy Pizza. Right. 19 volts. I'm wiggling it around. Nothing's changing. Wiggling it around. It feels pretty solid. That's just me coming off the ground. Or is it? A second. No, 19 and a half. Connect the HDMI. Okay, we can do that, yeah. Let's see if we've got any picture out the HDMI, but we're gonna need a heatsink for it, and I'm worried about these little ones shorting out as well. Let me see if we can connect that Wi-Fi antennas so they're not going to touch anything, short anything out, and then I'll put the heatsink on. Let me switch to microscope. Spin tip, wiggle slowly. Alright, you want me to wiggle it? Not bothered about the Wi-Fi. Oh, let's get this on. Use something like this. Right, that's on now. Alright, we'll spin the tip. We're rotating around. Nothing's changing on my power supply. Let me get the meter back on it. 19.5. I'm spinning it around. Yeah, seems to be fine. Nothing much is happening. Stuck BIOS. Yeah, but I haven't touched the BIOS. I've got no idea. Right, let me get some fans on there. Where did I put that heatsink? The state of this heatsink. We're going to need some thermal paste, aren't we? I'll just stick some on there. That's bone dry, that is. I'll clean it up a little bit. Does anybody know what that GPU is? Let me have a look at the marking. I think Soren brought his good luck with him. Just started working by magic. Give it a clean. Yeah, no, I'll do it later. Right, it says on the GPU, I can nearly see it. Let me show you. There. That's what it says on the GPU. N16E GTA1. Laptopia is still here as well. You might know what that GPU is. Okay, heatsink, compound. Oh. Wasn't screwed in. Here we go. That'll be fine just for a bit of testing. GTX 970M. Nice. So they could still run something. I'm going to switch off this power supply while I put this in. I don't know why you'd want a laptop so big though, as this. Add it to your database. It's not there. Oh yeah, I haven't worked on any GPUs yet. It will get added to the database at some point. Right. Things are folded back on themselves here. It's not sitting flush. Just want to see some life out of this thing. Okay, we'll go diagonal corners. It's not sitting flush. My Mac Pro 3.1 has a brick motherboard. I thought it was a PSU. Oh, that's why I don't like Macs. What do you mean by bricked? Are we talking like a software thing? Right, I think we're there. Do we need to connect the fans? Do you think that will cool it enough just for testing it? Testing a boot. We will need the RAM memory, yeah? Get a RAM memory in there. Right, we've got memory. We've got cooling. Serge, hey, how are you, mate? Happy you joined. PC Pro leaking cooler. Mac Pro, oh, a leaking cooler. Connect the fans. All right. It'll only take a second to plug it in. I think it goes that way. Or maybe that was the left side. Yeah, this one. Right, I've plugged that one in. I'm not convinced as that's where it's supposed to be. I only want to test it. I think they're upside down. Be happy if I just see a BIOS screen. Right, I'm going to flip it around. Let me just hold those fans in. Right, we can do it like that. HDMI. Let me just put something in there. The Taurus has just subscribed. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you. HDMI. Is it on? Right, those fans are all over the place. This isn't easy. Oh no. Did I bend it? Oh, I've bent my tester. No, I can't be dealing with those fans. Oh, it hasn't ripped the pads. It's just ripped the ground off. I'll sort that out in a bit. Right, let's do the fans properly then. Maybe one boot display BIOS. I don't know, that's the thing with this laptop. I don't know if it's going to work on HDMI or not. That's the mystery. Oh, I can't put the fans and screw them in because they screwed into that subframe, which we've removed. I'm not going to put all that together now. Yeah, I've only got one capture card, Symboltech, so that was the reason. I was just going to see if we've got a HDMI output, then I will mess around trying to get a capture card image for you. But if you want, I can do that. What I'll do is I'll just take it out my microscope and we'll do it that way, yeah? Right, I'll put this on the side, then I can get to the back. Let me plug my HDMI in then. Okay. HDMI is connected. And the other end of the HDMI is... Right, we're all connected, yeah? Let me switch on. And we'll switch to the microscope. So we should get image on here, if it's going to work. 1.3 amps. And then it went to 0. I'm wondering if I'm going to even have enough current on my power supply. I'll try again. Oh, yeah, I think it's power cycling. Might be ram training or something. Let me see if I can add that camera onto here. I might not be able to. We'll just keep an eye on the current first, see what it does. Where was your thermal camera? Don't know, never found it. That's the new thermal camera. I think what happened is I ended up throwing the thermal camera in the bin by mistake, so I had to get another one. Leave them. Yeah, I think I only want to test, see if we get a BIOS. I'm not going to try and game on it, and it's not got a screen in it. 2.5 amps. I didn't see that. Yeah, it's the new one, Charles. 1.9. It's kind of a fixed current. Let me just switch back, see if we've got any image. No, not yet. Was this one not? Yeah, surge. This one wasn't powering on, no. When I first plugged it in, it was jumping current. So it was like 50 milliamps, and then it would suddenly surge up to like 100 to 300, something like that. And then it was a bit all over the place. Then it would just sit at like 15 milliamps, then not do anything. And even when I measured at the DC jack, I only had like 3.3 volts for some reason. And then I think I shorted something out. Soren joined the chat, and it was easy pizza. It seemed to fix itself, and now it's powering on. BIOS reset. Yeah, we can try a BIOS reset. What is the max amps on my PSU? Is like 6.3 amps, 6.4, and I'm pulling 2 amps. I do have a beefier charger. Should I try a bigger charger? Because it's like fixed now, isn't it? It's not really doing anything. Let me just check the image just in case. No. Let me get the beefier charger. In fact, while I'm getting the charger, I'll unplug it.
We'll plug it back in.
You guys can keep an eye on it for me. I'll switch it on just to see if it does anything different. I've just pressed the power button. I can hear something happening. Oh, we got the light at the back. Don't know if you can tell. Is it a light? Or it might be the light coming through, shining through. I doubt charger, but possible. Yeah. No idea. I'm going to get a bigger charger. Maybe it does need more current. I'm only booting into BIOS though. Charger. So I've got this one, and let me check. That is, oh, it's only 6.7 amps. So it's probably not going to make, it's the right connector. I doubt that's going to make any difference. That charger's about the same what mine's capable of anyway. You think you'd have enough of laptops? Yeah, definitely. Right, I've switched it off. So the EC's not frozen, it's responding to the power button. So we just got, what was we going to do? BIOS reset, yeah? I'll pull the BIOS out here. Oh. I've really pulled the BIOS out. Hang on. Look. The whole pad's pulled out. Whoops. Should have looked under the microscope so I can see what I was doing. It's from this side. Oof. Right, let's open it from this side. Right, it's out. Probably just need to repair that now. Which is the plus and the minus? Plus is on the top. So that one connects to the sides. So that's the top, yeah? That's the ground. That's going to be ground there. Let me just confirm that. Soldering time, yeah. Now I've got something to fix, yeah. We're creating work, creating content. Let me check then. This side is ground. So this one needs to be our positive. Okay. So where does this pad go? Alright, I'm not ripping that off because I can pull that out. So where did that go to? Is that all those different vias? Not sure about that. Oh, you can't see. Damn it. And you can't see because my microscope's not plugged in now. Right, let me revert back to my microscope, that's why. Right, I'm just sorting my microscope out. Bear with. We're back. Let me show you the damage, lads. Here we go, look, that's the damaged pad. You can see the pad ripped off there. Yeah, sorry, Symbol Tech, I didn't realise I unplugged it, didn't I, to try it on the laptop. So where, that was our negative pad up there, going to ground, and this is our plus pad. So does it go to all those different vias that are connected? Let me get my pointy stick. Because we've got this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So where do I need to solder it to? Roman, he likes the beard. Oof. Why don't you buy the HDMI switcher? Because I've got a 4-port HDMI capture card. It's just not working, which is annoying. I need to build the machine. Yeah, I've got that mini PC and I've got an external Thunderbolt on a USB 4, like an eGPU case with that capture card in. So I can have 4 4K inputs in there. So ideally I didn't want to buy anything else. I just need to get a better machine. So I need to get all these ones soldered together, yeah? 5 of them. Can't really tell. Because it could just be coincidence that they're there, because there's stuff everywhere, look, all dots, vias, all over here. So how do I know where to solder the plus to? Yeah, it is. It's just hard to get set up. I'm still not set up after starting my channel yet. Try to see on the battery holder. Maybe you can see something. Yeah, let me check that. So that's from that way, and from the other way, all I can see is the pad that was ripped off there. But to me, I can't see where that pad connects to. Glue down centre to the board. Jump edges with the solder. Glue down the centre to the board. What you mean, like I can glue the pad back down to the board, but where am I jumping it to? That's what I don't get. Where is that pad actually connected to? To the capacitor, to there. So it's that track there that's ripped off, yeah? It just goes to there. That's not a capacitor though, that's a resistor, R621. yeah, to the resistor. All right. So we'll put a bit of glue down, we'll glue it, and then solder a little jumper wire to that resistor. Does everyone agree with that? Is that the best way to do it? So we'll put this back into here. And we need some glue in there. Also a corner via. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know the vias, where they go. I mean, if we know it's going to that resistor, I can check continuity between that resistor and the vias and see if there's any continuity on there. Then we know where it's supposed to go to. So this resistor here, or maybe it's only connected via that pad. Oh, so that was a little test pad, was it, to test the voltage? But even that's not connected. Oh, it is. So that's a little test pad for measuring the voltage. It might be a junction point, yeah. Let me see the other side of the battery holder. Here it is. So I can see here, I don't know if you can, but there's like a little tab there that's ripped off. You see that on the edge there? So that's the bit that's rubbed off. Oh, here you go, look. That's the trace there, look how it went. So it just got ripped off there. So maybe that is the only place it goes to. You can add that one. Do you have a flying battery holder with wires? Yeah. I'm just going to knock the bit rate down. Alright, we'll do 3,500. Right, bit rate's been dropped. Hopefully quality's still okay. Next to the IC written via, you also have to connect to. That is for resistor, for sure goes to the battery. Not sure if the other spots do. Edge inspection, I guess. The corner looks like it also has a bit of trace broken. So support the hit the like, yeah, hit the like. Is it only buffering for me? Buffering stopped, yeah, I've lowered the bit rate. Pitco's here, how are you doing, mate? What we're doing then, lads? We haven't decided yet. But we need to decide because I want to see if this works. So what's that on there? Is that another bit of pad? Don't think so. I think it's just there. I think it was soldered onto that bit and that was the trace to that resistor. What you working on? A massive laptop? Some MSI laptop? What I saw on the battery holder also has a piece of trace. Alright, where's the trace? I can't see any trace. I believe the resistor only. Just glue the CMOS battery holder and solder a wire. Yeah. I mean, that would be easy because I can just... That's already in there. The ground's already there. Don't need to solder that. All I need to do is solder one bit of wire. From there to there, yeah? And glue that in place. I think that'll be fine. We can even glue that down and put a bit of glue on there. Yeah? Should we do that? I just get confused from the bent. Is bent? No. What Hector said. Please read my... Oh, what did Pedro say? Oh, schematics show it only goes to the resistor. Sent you a screenshot on Discord. Oh, so there we go. We got the answer there. Pedro's already found it. So it only goes to that resistor. so we don't have to worry about anything else. Thanks, Pedro, for looking that up. You did well to find the schematic. I haven't even shown the board number yet. Remove the ripped off pad. Yeah, okay, we can do that. Double-sided sticky tape on holder. Yeah, that's a good shout. I like Mucky's idea there. Let me, because I've got some of that handy. Let me get some. I did have some. Oh, where is that gone? Oh, it was right next to me all along. Here we go. Let me go overhead and we'll cut a bit of this off. Check the schematic. Yeah, the Chris Pedro's already found it for us. It only goes to that resistor. He's confirmed it, so we're good. We only need to worry about one place. So we'll stick this down on here. And we'll do a nice dodgy repair. Got it. Blue Peter was good for something. Not that I had any. Yeah, we got a Blue Peter Skills here. Right, we've got a bit here. Let me cut that. Perfect. That's going to work well. I would just glue the pad and glue the plastic and jump the resistor wire. The glue will take a while to set though. At least this one we can just stick it down and it will be set straight away. So we want to remove that broken pad off there, or we can leave the pad on. Proper calibrated, yes, we need a proper calibrated wire. Don't think there's any harm in leaving that pad on, is there? It didn't connect to anything else other than the resistor. Right, I'll get you on the microscope. Let's just send it. Here we go. Right, that's in there. And that's there. There we go. It's like nothing ever happened. So now we just need a proper calibrated wire. From there to there. A little bit of flux. And we'll add a little bit of solder. See if I can get in on there. Yeah, we've got a bit of solder. And now we need our calibrated wire. What wire are we going to use? It's a good question. Like factory. Crazy glue. I've got a bit of... I'm not sure if this is solder or fuse wire. Hang on. Let's just check if this is solder. Okay, that's solder. That's not a wire. Forget that one. Maybe this might be a bit too thick. Yeah, too thick. I've got some. Oh yeah. I've got this wire. And I've got one that I've opened somewhere already. Pretty sure. Thanks. If you have the ZXEZ dump, you have the schematics for this laptop too. Yeah, I've not even looked for the schematic, yeah. I'm sure I'll be able to find it. Didn't know what we was going to be repairing on stream today, so didn't prepare anything. But I thought it would be fun just to have a quick look without the schematics anyway. See what we could find. Right, I think we've got my wire. I'm just trying to unravel it. Sorry, you can't see it. This is 0.1. Let's see how that looks. Will it be alright? Something like that. That'll be big enough, won't it? Might get away with just a big blob of solder to connect to the resistor. Oh, like bridge it across with solder. Could do, yeah. I've got the wire on it now though, so might as well try that. Pedro, is that available in Discord? If you want any laptop schematics, you can just join my Discord as well, and I can send you any. Might have to pre-tin this wire. I'm not sure if it's enamelled. Clean my soldering iron. Yeah, I think it's alright now. Trying to get it on. Can't see what I'm doing. Bring that into the middle. Right, that's alright, yeah. And then we'll bring it over to here. And let me get some solder. Right, where are my tweezers? Okay, the pad's going away, so we'll try and get it onto the terminal here. I think that might be on. Right, let's check that. Yeah, it looks alright. I'll snip it off. More flux. Oh yeah, I should have done that. I did put flux on the bottom bit. Okay, we're away. We can put the battery in now and see if we can measure on that little terminal. What did I do with the battery? Right. So let's put this in that way. This side first and then there. Right, let's measure the voltage. Give it a good tug. Okay, so test point. Open. Here. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't switch to voltage, sorry. So here, 2.9, and on our test point, it's making it over 2.9. So I think that's all right if everybody's in agreement. Is that good enough? Better than the factory. Big boss. Just started cleaning that with a dirty pad. Oh well, that's all right for now. We can test it, yeah? All we wanted to do was a BIOS reset. Right, so we still don't know if this is working or not working. I'm not confident with my HDMI, by the way, because every time I unplug that HDMI for the microscope, I have to kind of reset it and everything to come back on. That's why I would prefer to use the HDMI tester. Then I will know if it's worth trying to plug the HDMI in, because this is not guaranteed to be getting an image on the BIOS. Let me maneuver things carefully. I'll stick my solder in there. Power cord. So we have 19.5 volts, 29. It did jump up to 100 and something. Almost factory. My very bad soldering. Right, let me see if I can get to the power button. Where was it? Oh, it's just here. Pressing the power button now. I can hear something. 1.4, 1.5. So I'll know from this if I'm getting any image, and I can plug the HDMI cable in and mess around with the display if I do. But 1.5 amps. Let's see then. 1.2. I think we got stuck at like 2 amps before. RAM memory's still in, isn't it? In fact, the RAM memory isn't in very well. No, it's not in properly. I'll tell you why. The cable from the antenna is wrapped around inside the slot. Right, that's better. Could have been an issue, that. Right, RAM memory is definitely in properly now. Oh, someone's just... Lisa John. Lisa John has just subscribed. Thank you very much for subbing. Let's plug in again. Right, powering on now. Or now. Did I press it? Hard to see what I'm doing in here. Right, I've got the power button now. Okay, I was pressing the wrong one. Be patient, memory. Yeah, but it wasn't even switching on. Sorry, I got that wire completely trapped. The memory module wasn't in there. If it's doing something, I will leave it. But we're 16 milliamps. Look, I'm not doing anything. It's not doing anything now. Strange. Let me measure voltage. See if we're back to our original fault. Look, we're back again. See that? That's our original fault. Yeah, I know about the lid sensor. I've deliberately shoved something in there. Look, I've got a solder wire. I'm trying just for the lid sensor. But look, if I measure the input at the barrel jack, Oh, we've got 19.5 now. 19.5. Don't know what's going on. Alright, let me power on now then. We've got 19.5. And it's working again. 115. And then it's turned itself off. Let's see if it's going to turn back on again then. Cold solder joint. Or I only got to go to work if they call me. My phone's by my side here. I'm on call. If they call me, then I'll have to go. It's not restarting, is it? Powering on. Here we go. I think we're winning. 1.5, 1.4. And then we'll keep an eye on the HDMI output. I'll tell you if we're going to get an image. 1.5. Sure, I just saw something here. I wonder if we've got fan spin. Let's just plug one of these fans in and see if we're getting any fan spin. Is it still on? I will risk it. It should be fine, shouldn't it? Yeah. If we keep the fan there, then it'll be easier for you to see when it's on and off. There we go. See how hot that's getting. Yeah, it's not that hot. .3 amps. Did you see 3.3 amps? I missed that. We're going to be patient with it now and leave it. See if it does anything. Oh, I've just seen it. I got 5 volts coming out the HDMI. So maybe we can get an image at some point. It's annoying that you can't see that in the light. I think it's doing stuff. 900, 1.9. It's jumping around. Live Windows. So yeah, that fan's running nicely. GPU isn't getting too warm, a little bit. I think it's waiting on a post screen. Yeah, that's the problem, because there's no display. I've only got HDMI and there's no output on the HDMI, so it's pointless connecting the monitor at this point. So, I mean, is there a speaker connected? There isn't, is there? And then if we get like a beep code, my current limit is 6.4 amps, so it should be enough. But yeah, as you say, it might be working now. Could quite well be. Let me plug in my USB tester. That will tell us if we're getting any PCH communication. Yeah, we are. Yeah, can you see that green in the middle there? You'll see it in a minute. There you go. Activity. So that's not brain dead. That's like stuck on a BIOS screen or a, reset the date and time screen or whatever it is. I think that's fully working as it stands, if you'd agree. It's not rebooting anything, it's just settled down now. 2.5. I mean, I can try and plug in my USB boot device if it will boot from Windows, but that depends on what the BIOS priority, if it's going to set to boot from Windows first. Let me plug in my USB drive and try to boot, just in case. Okay, my USB drive is in. I'll disconnect it and reconnect, and we'll try and power on. It's difficult to see the power button. Oh, it's here. It's not responding. Press it now. It's not responding to the power button anymore. I don't know if the USB-C will output on there, but I think that'll only do it in Windows, won't it? Right, my jumper wires. Let me just see what voltage we've got on our DC jack. 19.5. We're all right. Try and power it on again. Oh yeah, I got it. It's powering on. Oh, we've got, I think we might have a display on there now. Just give that a second, see if that goes off. Maybe you need to boot it up with the HDMI connected. Alright, so let's plug my HDMI in. If we get a picture, that would be exciting. Okay. Right, bear with us, guys. Just going to sort my face come out. Anytime I start messing with USB, it seems to crash out. Right, that's me back. Let's have a look at the picture. Let me deactivate this. Activate. Here we go. Come on, guys. That's pizza, that is. That's pizza. Right there. Oh, we got picture. Oh, I'm happy about that. So this is fully working. Might have to try and get a screen for this. Hey, NanoFix is here. Fantastic, yeah. Oh, I'm chuffed about that. Really chuffed. Good. I have no idea what was causing the problem. Yeah, we can't. There's going to be some more problems, probably. We would have to boot it to an operating system, and then we can run some stress tests and things on the GPU, see if everything's detected. But it's a bit much for me to do that because I'd have to assemble it, and it was a nightmare to take it apart. It's going to be a nightmare to put it back together. I don't really want to bore everybody with that on the stream. I'd probably prefer to. Hang on, let me go back to my other camera. Yeah, I would say I prefer to do that off the camera, and we can move on to something more interesting. You don't want to watch me in Windows and putting this laptop back together. So I'll just disconnect everything here. By the way, the GPU is getting hot, so that's a good sign. It's obviously on, the power supply is working on it. Yeah, needs drivers. Yeah, we'd have to do some downloads and everything. Right, let's get things. I need to pack things away then, and we could have a look at the other gaming laptop if everybody wants to look at that. Just let me know if you want to look at the other gaming laptop while I box this one up. The other one was the HP Omen, by the way. So I've got these boxes, and for the unfinished projects I'm going to be putting them into here. So that was the mid frame. There's a subwoofer, and then that's the top case, speaker hanging out. There was a hard drive, wasn't there, and an M2 drive. Let me find them. Oh yeah. We had this, which was a daughter board for the M2 drives, and that was for our SATA drive. We've got our box of screws. And the storage container. So it was just those drives. I'm not sure where they went. Let me take this off to the side. I'll do that one off camera, put it all back together, and then maybe we can do some testing on it on another stream. Oh, but that's a success, that one. So, who was right on that, by the way? So we don't actually know what the fault was. Alexandro, it wasn't a shorted CPU. You tried to jinx me, but I got lucky. 12 volt power rail short, GPU, CPU issue. No response to power button. Yeah, it's a mystery one. So I don't know if anybody's got time. If we have a little look at this HP Omen. Can't be too late tonight, but I've still got enough time to have another look at one. So this HP Omen was no signs of life. Carrefour, he said it's a bad port. And so did Gonzo. So this is PCDD Repairs, Dave's Unbranded, and Chris F. They all said that it's a bad port. RV&R says the motherboard is shorted. Pico said it's a shorted capacitor. And Soldering On said it's a missing first MOSFET. And Zola, who's all in the chat down here, says it's the BQ chip. Okay. Oh, CGX has just subscribed. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. What's everyone saying? This is worth fixing up and reselling. Are you talking about the Omen or the other one? Because I don't see when you sent that message. Someone will want it. Yeah, thanks for subscribing. I've got the Streamlabs bot. Should be writing in chat as well to thank you, just in case I miss your subscription or something. He will thank you for me as well. Hey, Picotronics. Oh, Pico, did you see that? Your name's on here. Pico has said this is a shorted cap. So let's see if you're going to be right, Pico. Don't know if you remember. NanoFix has got a run. No problem, Nano. I have something nice to eat. Yeah, so that HDMI tester was quite good. It tells us when there's a picture on there, but you can see what I did to it. it just bent on there. But it still works because it didn't damage the other pins. It's just like those outer pins. So I'll have to just solder those back on. He joined just in time to see it. Yeah, that's good timing. I must have missed a stream or something. Yeah, I did one stream where I was gifted very kindly a lot of laptops, so I tested them all one by one. These are all laptops that have been worked on before, and we don't know what it is. So like this one got no screen, so it may have been that the screen was too expensive to replace, so they decided not to go, or it might be that the screen was harvested because the lap motherboard was dead, but they took the screen out to repair another one, so we don't really know. But this had no signs of life, nothing at all. I don't know what power connector this one uses. Is it on the back? We've got a couple of USBs on there. It looks like this is our power jack here. A different size one. Let me see what that will be. So we don't need our big Dell one anymore. What do we need? Is it the Asus? No. Maybe it's the small Dell. Yeah. Yeah, well, HP and Dell is very similar on the chargers. Yeah, I think it's that one then. We got it. So, does anyone want to see the model of this before we start? Bye, Nanofix. Thanks for joining as well. Alright, let me scan you over here with the microscope. And I need to connect it again because we had our microscope in use. Let me connect my microscope back up because we're definitely going to need that. I've got to sort this HDMI situation out, for sure. Right. So this is model. This is a 17 AN026, and then we've got a big scrape line. Omen by HP, and it's a 19.5 volt, 7.7 amps. So who knows what that is? Yeah, I might just get a little temporary splitter until I get my PC built up. So frustrating because I don't know why I'm having problems again. Let me just show you, look, my setup. If we go up here, let me show you up here. So currently, as a temporary solution, I've put this HDMI video capture, just a cheapo Chinese one, in there. That's all the HDMI inputs that I've got, but I need more inputs than that. And I've also got this one in there that was going to the computer that we've just used. But originally that's just a temporary solution. And also I keep knocking my cameras and things in there. I don't know why. When I plug things in and out that hub, other USB devices start freezing. But I've got over here my Camlink. As you can see, I've got a Camlink Pro in there with 4 HDMI inputs, and that was working fine, but I'm just having so many problems with it. It's just unreliable running in that eGPU. It's a PCI Express card, so I need to get rid of this little mini PC here and get the full-size PC and put the card inside the PC because I can't fit it in there. Thunderbolt is not reliable enough. The Chris has found it, Omen. So it's NA, those numbers at the bottom. Right, let us twist us back around again. Right, hopefully we can see what we're doing. The other thing is, I really don't like this power supply with the software. The power supply itself is very good, but as you can see, the software just decided to crash. Didn't even give any crash warning. Just stopped, shut down. So sometimes I have to go in and restart the power supply software, which I'll just do now. Okay, we should have our information back up there again now. Let me get my chat back on screen. Right, so we've got the right charger. Let's plug in and see what this is doing. It's over this side. So 19.5 volts, we're plugging in. 0, nothing. So that was the same as what it was doing before. Press the power button. Any reaction? Not really. I mean, it's jumping to 1, but I don't think that's related to me pressing it. So we got to open this one. Here we go then. All fun. And we need another tub to keep these screws safe. And we're going to set that up here, out the way. And let's get the whizzer. Oh, the multimeter, it's just completely dead. Doesn't even turn on anymore. So I would like to get that fixed as well. I've got so many things to fix here. Yeah, that was one of the other options. Oh, CH. Don't know how to pronounce your thing, but hi mate. Hope you're well. Right. All the screws seem to be here on this one. Right, they're longer. Remember that. Those two are longer. And we've got a small one. So these, the ones on the angle, are the small ones. And once we want this side, one in the middle. There we go, there we go. Another one here. You can get a 5-in-1 HDMI capture card, external. Yeah, the problem is I want more than one source on the input at the same time. That's why I need multiple inputs, not just a switcher to switch them, because I prefer to switch them on OBS rather than switching them, you know, on a button on a HDMI switcher. Okay, so we're in. I realised something as well. I've left my DDR test memory in there, so this doesn't have any memory. I might have another one somewhere. No, I think I might have given it to Tony. So this has got a battery in it and it's disconnected. So the battery's not connected. Where is the DC jack? Is that connected? Oh, okay. So here's a problem straight away. The DC jack was over there. Why isn't the power supply coming on now? See, that's what I'm talking about. It's just closed itself on its own. Let me open them again. Right. Will only take a second. Okay, power supply's back on. So we're going to need it. This was unplugged, so I'm going to plug this back in now, because the power comes in on this daughter board, yeah, and then it was disconnected here. Battery, Should we connect the battery to see if it's charging as well? Connect everything. So the battery's connected now, and that's connected. We'll come back to the RAM if we start to get a boot or something interesting happens. Then we can try it, yeah? So I'll plug in the power. And let's go. What current have we got now? Anything different? Still kind of 0. Not charging the battery. I'll press the power button. Just get the chat up. Disconnected. I think it's just because it's been worked on before and probably been left disconnected more than anything. Doesn't look shorted. I'm pressing the power button. Nothing is happening. Nada. So we can take some measurements then. Let's see if our 19 volts is reaching from the daughter board over to this main board. Get a ground from somewhere. I'll take the ground over here. Let me get the microscope. We can see where we're probing. Okay. Just going to adjust the refresh rate on this microscope. Right, that's all right. Okay, connectors here, look. DC in, and we've got a MOSFET there. So that looks a decent place to measure. Visual inspection and check the coils. Okay, yeah, we can fully inspect it. Let's just see if we've actually got power coming in, and then we will check the coils and inspect it. Nothing. Nothing. Here we go. So our 19 volts comes on the top pin, comes on the second pin, third pin, and fourth pin. So these 4 pins go in around to this track here. They're going into that MOSFET, 19.5 volts, and on the other side of the MOSFET we have nothing, I think. Let me get a better angle so I can measure it. Come in this way. Yeah, got nothing on there. So the gate voltage, nothing on the gate. So we got 19 going in, no gate voltage, so of course nothing is coming out. So let's do Zola Bud's suggestion then, to do visual check and check the coils. So if I disconnect my power, because we know that the power's not getting into the board past that MOSFET, and I'm guessing CPU and GPU, but we've got 3 coils here. Not sure what those ones are. There may be, not sure, but we'll test them. Just trying to find a place for a good ground. Go into resistance. This coil, 0 ohms. This one, 0 ohms, 0 ohms. So let me just go back to this DC in MOSFET and check here. Okay. So we've got infinite resistance there on the output, but onto the input of these, 0 ohms. Okay. So we've got a short somewhere. All of these 3. I'll check that one. And this one, 0 ohms. 1.5 ohms. Craft Ben mine's here as well. Sorry guys, I'm missing your chat. I'm looking in my microscope. What we're working on? Yeah, just a recap for anybody if you've just joined the stream. Here we go. We have a nice laptop. This is the HP Omen laptop. Few people have already had a guess because it featured on a previous stream of what was happening, and looks like this inside with no screen, and there was no actual response at all to the power button when I've opened it up. The daughter board where the barrel jack connector wasn't even connected in there. So, oh, somebody else is saying hello. Rare Salul. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name, but hi. Cad is here as well. Our new people are joining, so hopefully that little recap shows you what we're doing. Second MOSFET's hidden under the Wi-Fi shield. Okay, let's remove the Wi-Fi. The antennas aren't connected, by the way. So, do you want to zoom in a little bit? So someone's been in there before. Keep that in there. Put the screw back in. Main power rail is shorted, yeah, 0 ohms on that main power rail. I don't think it's a CPU core, or it could be, but I would assume that the mains that I don't know. I think that's the CPU there, so this is going to be the CPU core rail under this bar, and that must be the GPU, and then that would be the GPU power. So I don't know what these coils are for here. Kind of strange with those MOSFETs. I mean, we've got a coil there for probably memory, but what are these coils for? Because that looks like a GPU section, that bit there, and then that looks like a processor section to me. Main power, no, that is oh right, so this is the graphics core, yeah? Well, it is got like a big track going to there, so yeah. So GPU shorted, yeah. Yeah, so you're right. I can see it now. Yeah, it's actually obvious when I couldn't see on the microscope, but zoomed out, you can see the output for these 3 coils on this blue track are clearly going up here to the GPU. So the GPU should measure low resistance, but I don't know what GPU this is. But this is dead 0, I think. But I'm only in continuity mode. Bear in mind. Let me switch to a 2-wire measurement and try to get a more accurate measurement on the CPU core. So yeah, on 2-wire we're getting 0.13. So is that actually shorted or not? VRAM, yeah, you're right. I've got you now, Craft Ben. 0.2 ohm for high-end GPU is normal, could be okay. My leads should measure 0, by the way. Like 0.0 something. This isn't the high-end GPU. I don't know what someone's already mentioned. This is the Pedro found the battery. Yeah, forget those measurements. We reconnected the battery. Right, let's just check again. See, I'm getting distracted. Left the battery in, but it's okay. It feels like it's going to be shorted to me, but I know the main voltage on the GPU should be low. 0.1. So that might be normal, but is it coming out the other side of the MOSFET though, wasn't it? That's what it was doing. Oh, we got 1.4 ohms. Don't plug into power anymore, yeah. Do we get any of the power rails? No, we don't. We're not going to get anything because nothing was coming past. Let me show you under the microscope. So I think it's shorted through. I'm struggling to find where to get a good ground from. Over here. Let me just have a look if that is ground. I have to put it on beeping mode. Yeah, I've got a good ground over this side, so now you'll be able to see. So we got here 0 something, and here 0 something. So this should be the MOSFET input. So I think one of these MOSFETs is shorted, because we shouldn't be seeing the GPU. That might be a normal resistance for GPU, but we shouldn't be seeing it through these MOSFETs, yeah? I think I've come off the ground. Right, let me find the better ground again. There, look. That's very low resistance going into that MOSFET, yeah? I've got the thermal cam, yeah. Yeah, and we need to clear the main power rail short. Did you check the input fuse or DC harness? Yeah, let me just show you, look. If you have a look there, just for Pitco, because I think he's just joined, we've got a daughter board here. That's where the DC jack is connected to, on the other side of this daughter board. So we've already confirmed in here, this must be ground here. Let me just confirm that. No, this is ground then, yeah? Yeah, that's ground there. That was our positive input, and we got voltage going in there, but it's not coming out that side of the MOSFET. In fact, has that first MOSFET also shorted while it's taking the power? No, it hasn't. But 19 volts was going in, and this MOSFET was shut down because there was no gate voltage. So of course from there, if it wasn't shorted, it should come through this second MOSFET here, then into the board. But if we measure the resistance on our main power rail, that's it, look, 1 point something, which is our GPU voltage. So I think that we've got an issue shorted into one of these MOSFETs here. You need your bench power supply set to 1 volt and 3 amps. So let's figure out which MOSFET is dead, yeah? Inject on the output of the second MOSFET and measure the voltage of the GFX coils. Okay, so we will find out now which MOSFET is faulty. Let me get something to inject power with. So I will get these leads, and I do have a probe with a beefier connection on. That one will do. Right, let's go. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold this and do the thermal cam at the same time. Alright. Just setting up my power supply. So we're at... I've just got a volt on the power supply now. The output should be on. Let's just check. There you go. So we're drawing 3 amps through those cables, no problem. So if we... How am I going to do this? Because I need thermal camera. I might solder a wire, to be honest with you. Hey, Ace is here. And Just Inspired's here as well. We've got all the crew here. I need that Razer adapter to fix a Razer power supply jack. He's jealous of my Razer adapter. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is tap a few wires on, then I can just hit start, inject the voltage, and then I've got the hands to move around with the thermal camera. I think that's going to be easier for showing you. So let's have I got a wire that I can solder on? It's a good question. We've got a bit of this wire. We don't need the thermal camera for now. first have to confirm main power rail is shorted to the graphics core. Well, the main power rail, if we look at it, on here, we've got 1.9. In fact, I'll do too wide, then you can see it more accurately. Here, 1.5051 on there, and that matches. Well, mind you, it's lower on there. Maybe that's CPU then, yeah. Grommet there, don't know where that's come from. Well, if the GPU isn't dead, you can still have a fix after deactivating the GPU. Enos is here, yeah, so we could save it by removing the MOSFETs going into the GPU. Just have the internal GPU on the CPU. So the main power rail is shorted. So we could just tell you what I'll do. Let's do that cable that I've made there. We'll stick that in for a ground. So I think we're on. Let's just check. No, power supply's off. Yeah, so we've got current on there. It could still be the bad capacitor, yeah. So let me just see if that thermal camera is working. Yes, it is. What if I hold it like that? Think you'll be able to see it? It's upside down. I think I'm going to remove the case and have it not on this wire. 1 second. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The MOSFET is going to take more to heat up. We're not even going to see that because it's going to be able to dissipate the heat well. If it is one of those, though, I can move the ground from. Let me zoom out a little bit. Might be able to see a bit better then. Yeah, if it is one of the input MOSFETs to the CPU, I can remove the old cable here from the USB, and we can move the ground to the other side of the coil there, so it doesn't actually go into the GPU. What's happening to my power supply again? Handtech software has just decided to close. I'll just sort that out because we need to see the current. Right, we should have that in view now, and I think you can see the whole board clearly. We'll be able to see if anything's getting hot like that. So we'll come on the other side of that MOSFET. What we're drawing about 750 milliamps. That's just reflections down there. But I see something, look, can you see it above my head? There? And you've seen it go away. I wish I had my camera connected to the computer, you'd see clearer. But we'll go again, because that looks like a capacitor to me. Let me get the macro lens. Let me see if I can zoom you in on my phone screen. Oh, this would be exciting. Right, here we go. Wipe the screen a little bit. Let me just see what the chat's saying there. Continuity from the second MOSFET to the GPU coil. But you could have a bad capacitor. We need to confirm. I read that, didn't I? PQ301 gate is driven by a charger controller IC like the BQ, ISL or similar PQ, acts as reverse polarity protection, blocks the power unit, gate voltage is raised. Yeah, I haven't got the schematics for this one, but for sure the input MOSFETs here, the gate on there is going to be cut off currently because there's a short on the board. So whatever the charging IC is, will be monitoring all like temperature, overcurrent protection and things like that, and shutting off that MOSFET. So that seems to be normal behaviour, and hopefully that's protected damage to the board. Let's go again, because I think we've found where the short is somewhere. And we draw in a bit of current. Was it there? Can't see. Oh, it's here. Do you see that? Can you see it? Da, da, da. That capacitor come off the heat and it's gone. Ready? Back on the power. Heating up. Come off the power. Can't get much clearer than that, yeah? You can see it heating up there. So where is that one? Where's my camera? This one here. I've got it. I know which one it is. So let me put away my thermal camera. Let's not lose this one and throw it in the bin like the last one. In fact, I've already lost the case. Right, safe place, safe place. Keep it on my monitor. No capacitor and no shorted capacitor. Okay, let's go. I'll get you on the microscope, but it's this one here, the last one of those. Oh, look. Can you see it? I'm going to try to... Let me get my zoom on it. Where's my zoom? Just see if anybody spots anything there. Okay. Say hello to my little friend. Yeah. What happens if you remove that? Yeah, time for the pliers. Alright, so do we remove it with hot air or do we remove it with pliers? Do you want to vote? Yeah, lucky actually to have a shorted cap on a gaming laptop. Very lucky. Yeah, wasn't expecting that. Pedro fought it, but he didn't tell. He just kept quiet. He was just sitting there in chat. Didn't tell me that he'd seen a cracked capacitor. Thanks for letting me know. He just wanted to see the thermal camera. Let's just have a little poke at that. Look. You can see it's crumbling away. It's not happy, is it? With a grinder. He's just joking. Please look at the other cap also. Which one? There was one over here that looked a bit dodgy. But to me, that looks like somebody has come with a power supply and injected. Look. Weird, isn't it? These ones, they look fine. Is that the one you meant, Craft Ben? Crusty. Serge wants the pliers. Other one has a spot on the pad also. The MOSFET to the left. Dodgy. Yeah. I think it'll be fine. Let's remove this one. Here we go. We don't really even need any flux. Let's just send it. Just get a nozzle. Bear with. Just trying to get a nozzle on. Right, we're winning. Let me up the temperature. 480 or 500, something like that, wherever it stopped. Right, let's get this out. And it's gone. Here. You can see that it's definitely gone. Oh, there's the burn, look. You see that? Right, let me go back over to the overhead camera. I'm just going to wait for the noise from the hot air to die down. While it does that, should we test that cap? A second. I am with a knife tip. I haven't got a decent knife tip yet. I'm waiting to try and get a JBC one. Hot air stresses near the components. Yeah. I think it will be fine on this. It only took a second to get it out. So let me just try with my tweezers. I just like to play with all these toys. So if we go resistance on there and check this cap. Okay, so it says we've got mega ohms on that. That's weird, isn't it? So that doesn't look like it's shorted. Or actually, putting the things together says mega ohms. Let me just check I'm using these right. Why I don't get 0 ohms shorting them out together. That's capacitance, that's inductance, that's diode, and that's resistance. 1.7. Mega ohms. Not sure about that. Send it to Sovereign, yeah. That's milli ohms. Ah, that will make sense, yeah. Maybe it was a small M. I've missed it. Thank you. Let me just check that capacitor again then. Yeah, that's what I've missed. Milli ohms. Oh yeah, the measuring the capacitor, it went to a small M. So 600 milliohms. So that's shorted. There you go then. It was the bad guy. Yeah, I didn't see it change from mega to milli ohms. My bad. Okay. Good, good. Let's just check the main power rail and let's see. We've still got voltage coming out those probes, so let's disconnect them. let's see if that short's gone then, yeah? Be the best thing to do. So taking on the other side of that MOSFET. Mega ohms now. And that was 1. So I think that's good, yeah? Right, what do you want to do now? Do you want to check anything else? Or should we try and power it up? See if it's drawing anything? Halfway house, shorted cap. Yeah, see if the short's gone. We've checked that. Easy pizza. So our short is gone. Shubaranks, a milli milli. I don't know that song. Should we ever go plug it in? Battery charge. You want me to charge the battery? I can do that. So I'll plug the battery in. I think the battery probably going to be disconnected because of the short, so it might need to be enabled by the EC controller again. Hopefully it's just going to be getting enabled. Let me check the voltage in the battery then. So here and here. Nothing in there. Do you want me to try to charge the battery, or should I just plug the power supply in and see if it charges the battery? Everything's getting tangled up. When you do a live stream, everything gets a mess. I don't know why. Right. Input MOSFETs. Yeah, I already checked the first MOSFET wasn't shorted. I didn't check the second one. I'll just quickly check that. Let's go to... I thought the first MOSFET might have blown because of the short that was on the board and it cut in power. But no, both the second MOSFET as well is not shorted. Maurice. Hi mate, thanks for joining in. How are you? Power supply. Okay. Plug the power supply. I agree. Let's do it. So I need to change my power supply voltage because we're still on 1 volts. So let's go 19.8. Just to give us a bit of voltage drop. And let's disconnect my leads for injecting. Need to get some leads out the way, make some space. And we'll plug in our power supply, which went into this daughter board. Switch the output on. Are you ready for fireworks? Plugging in. Let's see what we've got. Let me just check that we've got a main power rail voltage now, and if we have, I'll go back to that other laptop we were working on and we will grab some of the RAM memory. So we'll go on the microscope if you want. Let's just focus that in. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Bit zoomed in there, aren't we? Right, so we had 19 coming in and not coming out before. So input side. Let's just switch my multimeter. Input side, nothing. We got nothing. Is my power supply on? Yes. What about up here? Oh, sorry, my multimeter's in the wrong mode. Ignore all of that. Check again. Here? No, still nothing. Here? Right. What's going on here then? Let me just confirm my charger is good. No. I'm not getting 19 volts. Let's check here. Oh, I didn't plug it in. Sorry. Right, now we're plugged in. Oh no, not dual mode MOSFETs, yeah. I didn't have my power, I didn't have it plugged in, lads, sorry. Now I'm plugged into the laptop. Should definitely have it now. Let's check again here. There you go, look, 19.8. So it's reaching the first MOSFET. Is it coming out now or not? No. Still nothing. And here? No. No gate voltage. So we still got a problem. Still got a problem. I'll disconnect the battery and the power. And we'll assess. So we've cleared the short here. Let's just confirm that 100%. Go back to continuity. That might help. Yeah, I know, Pico. So here we have 0 ohms again. Okay. So we got a short again. Has it blown another Has it blown another capacitor? That had gone. Look, we're back at 0 ohms at the second MOSFET. Something else has gone again. A says, yeah, I know, just inspired. The odd shape is what I'm asking how to do. Square lines is simple. Oh, have I missed it? How have you cropped around the box like you have? That's with a mask. I know you're using Streamlabs, I think I've seen these, are you? Or you're using OBS. Can you set up masks like you can on OBS? For example, like the face camera in the corner. It's a circle. It is. It's a blend. So I cut out a mask to the same shape of that and then blended it. OBS, yeah. So let me show you. If you want to know, I can share the screen with you here. Let me go desktop. Oh, I've got the settings set to hide my OBS though. You can't see OBS. You can only see everything else. Yeah, if you need the hand of it, I'll have to do it once I've stopped streaming. I can send you how to do it if you need. May have an idea. Oh, Kyle Billiard, subscriber. Thanks for subscribing. And Streamlabs should have also thanked you as well. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate you, mate. I have no idea. I will have a look. Yeah, I can't show you because I've done the thing so when I share my desktop, OBS is hidden. Otherwise, you get that like mirror effect where you can just see like a million windows like going inside each other, which I didn't like. So I've got that hidden. I can't show you my OBS, but I can send you my mask file. You can use that if you want. Yeah, Kyle's good. Alright, sound. So we've got a short back on here, so I guess it's just same again. We're going to inject again, aren't we? Let me get the thermal camera ready. What did Hector say? Did I miss his comment? Laughing my ass off. Is he laughing at me because I've got another short? What's the bet? And it's that other cap. Let's have a look then. Right, I don't want to lose this thermal camera this time. It's cost me enough money to buy 2 of these. I'm not going to lose this one. Right, we are live. Now I need to get my other leads again. And we need a volt. Here we go. Right, should be able to see what I'm doing now. So we'll get a good ground from the USB again. Plug in there. And we're going to inject over there. Let's not do 19 volts. Let's do 1 volt. And we don't want 6 amps. We'll do 1 volt 3 amps again, yeah? I'll zoom you in a little bit to the camera screen again. Here we go. Always a red probe on ground, because if you have a little bit of voltage on the main, it will blip. So when you're injecting, you're saying that you want to inject with the red probe into ground. Didn't know about that, Hector, so thanks. I'll do that, look. So now we're going to be injecting with the black, yeah? Can you send them? Yes, I can, Latopia. Yeah, I'll send it to you and to Ace as well. No problem. No problem at all. Okay, let's inject. Oh, Magna as well is here. 99. How are you? Thanks for joining. Why red into ground? Because Hector just told me to do that. I've never done that before. We'll inject negative voltage. So let's just decide on that. Red probe on ground, because if you have a little bit of voltage on the main, it will bip. So what's everyone's verdict? Should we be just having the ground on the ground, or we should be red? Let me know what you think. Is he talking diode mode? Injecting voltage, which should be done with the correct polarity. I've always done voltage with black to ground. Oh, reading resistance. Ground on ground. No, with your multimeter. Oh, okay. Alright, so we'll just stick to what we know. I'll stick to the way I work. I'll put the black onto the ground and inject with the red one, yeah? That's got the correct polarity now, yeah? Battery's disconnected, power's disconnected. Just to sanity check it. And take your guesses. Is another capacitor going to be blown? What current are we drawing? 1.2 amps? Oh, look. We got something over there. That's near the RAM. That's to the right of the RAM. Can you see that? We're going to get the macro lens on that. What's going on? Completely different place. So hard to get it in an angle you can see it. I'll tell you what, I'll look at the screen rather than looking at my phone. So we're injecting now. Let me just get my bearings. Here. You see that? That's a capacitor. So that is there. I think it was that one. Just confirm that's the coil and that it's the second one. The one under the coil there. Let's just confirm. Wish I had this displayed on the screen. Yeah. You see the coil and it's the second capacitor. It's really clear to see from me looking at it. Okay, so we got another blown capacitor. 2 in a row. Can we make it 3? And that has just happened, by the way, while I was there, because we confirmed there was no short after we removed the last capacitor. 2 dead caps, yeah. But that's just died on us. Let me show you which one it is, and we'll see if we can see anything that was wrong with it. Oh, there you go, look. I see it already. Look at that. Oh, microscope. There you go. Gonna zoom you in. She don't look well. It's blowing them all out. What's going on? Oh, look. That's gonzo. Yeah, Hector just confirmed. I think I was a bit behind with his chat. He wasn't talking about injecting the voltage. That's the bad omen. It is an omen laptop. I should stick to Lenovo's and replacing keyboards. What the previous person who injected voltage actually burned the capacitors, I have no idea. Looks like, yeah, I think that it looks like maybe someone injected on that side and there was another suspect capacitor. Maybe they were just injecting the capacitors. Or short blower victim. Oh my god. Crack capacitors. Right. Should we hot air that one off or say hello to my little friend? Isn't there the RAM slot? Don't want the RAM slot to get burnt. But I've got a little thing here so we can protect it. Let's send it. Might be better from this angle. Oh, it wants to come off. Come on. There we go. I've got another bad guy. I'm just setting that off to the side. And let's go back to my main camera. 2 shorted capacitors in a row. And a laptop that magically fixed itself. I am very sceptical that this laptop will live. People injecting voltages that spark is very bad news. Exactly. We don't know what's happened, but hey, it's Claw Slug. How are you, mate? Claw Slug's joined. Looks like a coder cap after he's done with it. Hey Chris, how are you doing, mate? Fresh solder helps lowering the melting point. Yeah, but it didn't. That only. How long did that take to get off? It didn't take long at all. So somebody might have been around here, like probing and injecting into different places and caused a problem. Could be what's happened. But my question is, has the short gone? We're going to confirm it 100%. The short is gone. And after that, we can try and power on again. See if we get another blown one. Look. There's nothing there now. Infinite resistance. Where it was 1 ohm. Just move to a different ground, just to be 100% sure. Because I was just taking the ground off the daughter board. But I'm on the same ground as the main board, nothing. So we're good. Going into those MOSFETs just to measure. So main power rail is infinite resistance now. Shall we power on again? Right, let me disconnect my leads. We better do it properly this time. Not forget to connect them. Where is... Here it is. That's the one we want. Plugging in. And what voltage do we want? 19. 19.5. And 6 amps. Six. Right, we've got plenty of amps. 19.5 volts. And coils to ground. Check other coils also. Claw's doing good. He's just got home from work. Good timing, Claw. Let's check those other coils to the ground. We're in resistance mode. So these ones we already confirmed were low. Like 0 ohms for our GPU. And there's a little one which has got 70 ohms. So that's main graphics core. This one, infinite resistance. This one, 0 ohms. Alright, so we got another fault. That's 0 ohms on that coil. This one, 0 ohms, 0. Alright, something's going on then. So we got all 3 of those shorted. Yeah, dead short. What is going on? Let me show you where I was measuring under the microscope. Something's going on here. I'll switch to the microscope for you. I'm going to have to rotate the laptop around 360. Right, oh, we're looking over here. These coils. So let's measure again under the microscope so you can see. This coil, 0 ohms. This coil, 0 ohms. This coil, 0 ohms. And somebody's seen a burnt leg. Where did you see that burnt leg? Is it on one of the ICs? Here. 3.35 volt 1. Yeah, but why would every output be shorted? It's not the input, it's the output that are shorted. Why are all the outputs 0 ohms? It's nothing to do with the cable, is it, for the screen? Is that still connected? Because we've got a screen hanging off here. No screen connected. Let me just check. I'll show you in a minute. So that one, and that one, 3 power supplies, all shorted outputs. Someone said they've seen a burnt leg. I'm just having a visual inspection. Did we check that coil? No. Let me check that coil as well. 0 ohms. Oh, is it that, the burnt leg? Maybe it was that. Oh. We've got a bit of wire there. Right, let me get my tweezers. Looked like a BIOS chip. A chip with a hole in it. The IC looked like strange also. This one to the right. So you've seen a chip with a hole in it as well? Or do you mean the BIOS IC with the pin 1 indicator? Let's get you out, because you're going to be shorting things. That could have been my fault, that, because I've got bits of wire left over on the desk from that other little battery mod that we did. Burned IC with a dot on it. Okay, this is burnt out. this is the BIOS, isn't it? Let's have a look. I'll tilt it to a different angle. Because it's an MXIC. And that's pin 8, which is the VCC. So that will be the input. Do we agree? Because this is pin 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I know 8 is the input. And that leg does indeed look burnt going into our BIOS IC, which is not going to be very good for the laptop. The chip legs north of the core. I am thinking that the previous technician declared it a no fix. Then, to make sure nobody fixes it, injected voltage into various power rails. Oh no. I heard about them practicing. Can you toothbrush it? Toothbrush it? Yeah, sure. I did that. But that is the BIOS IC to me. I might be a bit behind with the chat as well, sorry. The internet here, I'm not in the house, you see, so I can't set my internet to really low latency, or it causes me streaming problems. Should we try the old trick with the pen that PCDD repairs told me? You do it with a you put a marker pen on it and then you wipe it off. Look at that. How good is that? I'll turn it around. You can read the BIOS IC beautiful now. I really like that tip when he showed us. I'll not take the credit for that. That was PCDD repairs. So let's have a look anyway at that leg. It's clearly burnt out. This is a very strange fault to me because all 3 power supplies have got shorted outputs. There's nothing in common. There's no common point to me. And as you can see, somebody has gone blasting. You can see the marks on where they've actually come with a power supply and been injecting voltage. So either this is sabotage. This looks like a crime scene, sadly. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because the only reason that BIOS pin, the input voltage, would be maybe someone's injected, gone crazy and injected 30 volts or whatever the max their power supply is at various points on the board. And then that's obviously fed on here. That's probably a 3.3. They've injected on the 3.3 rail. Take the BIOS off and check for a short again, maybe. Yeah, but I don't know because it's not... The BIOS is just 1 voltage. This BIOS is a 3.3. But we've got that 5 volt rail, the one, and I think that's the BIOS, so it's at a 1.2 volt, the 5 volt and the 3 volt are all shorted. Let me just show you. Let me switch over. This is weird to me. And I think what thing he's saying is making sense, what Sergio's saying. These here are all 3 separate power supplies. Yeah. The BIOS isn't even on one of these coils because the BIOS is actually on the LDO as well, isn't it? So I don't know. You have a burned chip. It has a hole. Okay. So someone's blown it up. Let's have a look for that burnt chip. Do you know which one that was? So I think the short is on the CPU power rail itself, not the input FETs. The burnt fin, yeah, that's what I was thinking, Pedro. 3 volt input to the BIOS. Unless it's a 1.8 BIOS. 3.3 cannot burn no, exactly. But that's what it's saying. If someone sabotaged it, they can set their power supply to 20 volts. That will burn the BIOS. Because why has it been arcing where people have been on those capacitors? You can see like arc points. I think we need a good inspection here of what's going on. Because we've seen it somewhere else, haven't we? I've got evidence of it somewhere. It was on these MOSFETs here, these capacitors here. There, look. Let me zoom in and have a look at that. That doesn't look natural. Would you agree? That looks like somebody coming with a probe with high voltage and it's sparking as it's making a contact with where they've injected it to. And the burn chip was on the left of the BIOS. Thanks, Allah Hadda. I'm going to check that now for you. But this is actually quite interesting, if that's what's happened. Right, BIOS chip was here. And you said left of BIOS. I don't know if that was before I rotated the board. Might be there. It might be that you was on about, which isn't a hole. I think that was just me with the flux, if that one. And let me go over to this side. This left. Oh, there you go. Is that what you're talking about? I can't tell if that's a hole or... Yeah. There you go. We've got more evidence of it there then, haven't we? That's clearly a hole in that chip. Good spot. I missed that as I was scanning around. It's a good spot on that. Look. Yeah. I can feel it's a hole inside. And that's been blown up. Look, the thing is completely carbonated in there. Oh, look. What's going on here, look, as well. More gremlins. Look, that's burnt out. I can tell now that's burnt out. See what else we've got. This one. So we could have stuff all over the place on here. Quite interesting though, isn't it? You cannot stab the hole. It's high voltage. You cannot stab the hole. It's high voltage. Don't know what you mean with that, Chris. Someone has really gone into town with this board. Send more voltage car for it. Yeah, let's send 1000 volts AC into it. All those wasted spare parts. Yeah, this is the problem because now we can't really, harvest this for good parts. Yeah, I'm seeing components that look a bit burnt. Easy Pizza just fell out the box and got run over by a car. That's brilliant. That's got to be the comment of the night. My pizza got run over by a car. Let's check right down the bottom where we haven't even looked yet. Let me turn this around. Someone's just got angry with this and given up. They couldn't fix it and they thought, right, no one else is having parts of this. See if you can see anything. I don't know if there's anything up this top end of the board. Wow, I can't believe that. Just one shorted cap and now it's turned into every power rail is shorted. I mean, even that one, can't really tell. Might be fine. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do then. Let's at least take this off and we can inspect it properly, because this is probably going to be a no-brainer. That it's not going to be much use for anything. Even for spare parts, as it say, we can't really guarantee. I mean, it could be good for some things, like connectors and stuff. But this is going to be a donor board. It's not worth fixing, is it? Unless we want a really big project. but depending on what voltage has been injected, it could be like damage, like traces in the motherboard layer, things that you'd never be able to repair. The holes at the cap, it's made with high voltage, like spot welding. MM for funsies. You should have fixed the PlayStation. Yeah, that was the offer. I'm not going to get into the PlayStation now because I'm working tomorrow. I was just going to have a look at a couple of things. But yeah, I wanted to have a look at Ace's PlayStation as well. Now I bought all the bits for it. Is Ace still here? Somebody asked me for the link as well. You might have to message me because I'm forgetting now who asked me for the link for the AV converter to the HDMI for the Xbox, PlayStation. Right, how does this come out? It's got to go. Pete and Pitco's off. Thanks, mate, for stopping in. Oh, I think it was Chill and Relax. He was asking for it. I remember now. Yeah, I'll send it to Chill and Relax. It was. Oh yeah, Chill and Relax is here. Yeah, he's just confirmed it was you. I'll send it to you when I've finished. And Laptopia and Ace wanted the what do you call it? They wanted the mask for the multimeter. Laters, everyone. Everyone say bye to Pitco. By the way, I'm sorry if I've missed anybody in the chat. I'm not good at multitasking. Right, is this just another nightmare to get into? I mean, the fact that this laptop doesn't even have a screen. I just wanted to check under the heat sinks here, but this is here. I really wanted to see the EC chip and see if it's burnt out. What's the betting that there's more chips all on the other side of the board, all burnt out? Right, these things are not wanting to come out. This is reminding me of the other laptop. Right, come on. Get out. Well, we'll keep the screws. They'll be useful. How does that come out? I've no idea. Might just have to break it in a minute. Hi JFix, first time watching your stream from Spozin. Thank you, mate. Have you been watching the whole time or just joined now? Right. I've gone for the less glamorous way of removing it. Tell you what it is, I think it's that screw doesn't want to come out. Oh, I've got it. Yeah, so I missed a screw down in that hole on the other one. And I've missed one here. Yeah, interested to have a look at this board now. This is called the Sabotage board. Right, so I won't be needing this. I joined in about 30 minutes ago before you... the first shorted cap, yeah. Yeah, we nearly had pizza. Right, here we go. So, heatsink. What we got then? There was our model number, G3BA N17P. Just having a look if I can see any damage. Can't see anything. Probably if they wanted to sabotage it, they wouldn't put all the board back in nicely. So maybe they just injected on that side. Very sad pizza, yep. But you missed the other laptop. That one was better. You missed the first one. Spozzin, you got to go back and watch it. Soren appeared in the chat, and then that laptop just suddenly started working. Didn't even have to fix it. Oh, here we go. There's a PCH. Right. Where is that being held in? I think the battery's holding it down. CPU looks spotted. It's not got any thermal paste on the heatsink. There's nothing on there. That's not good, is it? Not that it matters. I'm sure it's dead. Wow. Why would you just blow it up though? There's the battery pack. Screw in the middle. Yeah, it feels like something, but I can never find it. Oh, is it here? Got it. Thank you. Alright. So we've got all the ribbons connected. Keyboard. This one. One here. That one's on a lot. No, it's already ripped anyway. There's a ribbon here. I mean, there might be some things that I can recover off here. Like ribbon cables, probably quite a good one. There's one over here, screw. Right, let's pull the board. Ribbon there. Here it is. Finally free. Let's have a look at the back. What have we got here? Ooh. Ooh, what's all this? Where was that lying? Was it that way round? Just trying to work that. So that was over here. So I'm thinking that there might have been some water damage in there. Maybe that's what killed it originally. Or is that glue? Difficult to say. No, it must be because it's on everywhere on the board. It must have been like a screen that was on there. Let's examine this under the microscope. We'll have a little look what it's looking like. He's going to open the razor. Hey, good luck with the razor, Alexandro. You're going to need that. Definitely going to need it with the razor. You can borrow my power jack if you need it. Right, EC chip. It looks like an ENE. Zoom out a little bit. Let me just try and clean that off. Interested if there was a hole in there or not. Are we going to find anything more blown up? It's not coming off, that glue. Look, it's there. Not very nice. Horrible stuff. Let me just get a scraper. Oh, it's an ITE, it's not an ENE. I just wanted to try the old magic trick with the marker pen again. Works well on these chips like this. There, it's not going to work on this because it's just full of glue. Let's get some more alcohol. Doesn't look like it's got any burn marks in it anyway. Let's check left side ribbon. Did you spot something? Small battery for a gaming laptop. Looks like the ones they all fit. Yeah, so maybe the battery's good and we can use it. There we go. Look at it disappearing. It's gone away. So let's get my marker pen. Let's try the neat trick. Colour it with the marker. Wipe it off. Yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. That board's been out. Right, okay, so you can see that it's been removed. Ooh, it looks full of cells. Bring Sorin back and make this one. Maybe this one will decide it's fine. I don't think there's any bringing this one back though. This is too far gone. Crazy chassis. He removed protection. Start by what we already have. First the burn chip, then the crack cap, then check for shorts. That's a really cool trick. Yeah, look at that. You can read that perfectly now, where you couldn't see it at all before. But our ITE chip there doesn't look to have any cracks in it, so that would be on the 3-volt line. Let's have a little scan around here. I mean, we could try potential. Oh, there we go. Look, I'm gonna zoom you in. Don't know if you can see that. In fact, I'll hold it up. Oh, I've lost where it was now. Here. Was it that one? I'm sure I seen something cracked there. Is that just me, or is that look like a crack straight through that capacitor there? The battery is different, same width but fatter, using cells like external batteries used by the Lux. Most standard HP batteries are flat. Now that was quite a big chunky one. To me, look, can you see that? That looks cracked. Oh, maybe it's just a hair. Might have just been a hair, that one. Could be a red herring. I could swear that looked like a crack. Hopefully I wasn't the only one that thought it was cracked. Oh, there we go. But that is. Look at that. Right, have a look at that. This is game over for this board, surely now. You're going to need to source every single one of these ICs, because that is definitely cracked. Over there. These are all blown out. Look at it. And here. Let me have another look around. What about our CPU controller? Oh, is that our Intersil? That's the Intersil chip there, yeah? Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe this would make a fun project. Can we fix this board? Oh, Andy's back. Harry Potter. Looked like a lightning bolt. Alright, so should we just do one more inject on some of these power rails? Now we know that we've got more shorts. Rather than looking around, we could just have a little quick check, see where they are. So I think it was these ones. All 3 of those were shorted. Let me have a little check again to confirm on the multimeter, because we have disconnected everything now. Potentially it could have changed something as we've disconnected things. Very much doubt it. Here, 0 ohms on that one, 0 ohms on that one, 0 ohms on that one. Right, let me get my probes for injecting connected and we'll have a look. We'll have to go on the overhead camera so we can see the my phone, my thermal camera. For me, the only way of having so much damage is because someone 19 injecting without lowering the amps to 0 and a huge spike of voltage burnt the controller IC. And it is so loud. Yeah, I think something's happened on this. Someone's injected, whether they've done it maliciously or they just put the wrong amount of current. Okay, let's get a ground. And all 3 of these coils. So let me get my camera ready. Thermal cam time. Check please the LCD. I'm curious if it escaped. We don't have any LCD. The screen was missing on this laptop. Or you mean the LCD connector, if it got burnt out? I think this could be the LCD connector. But it's weird. Assuming that should be the fuse there. There's nothing in. Yeah, because this is our keyboard connector. That must be the screen connector. Oh, unless it's this. But this looks more like a screen connector. Okay, thermal camera. Well, at least we can see some shorts. Right. Let me hold this in a position that you can see it. Gonna go move the board over like that. Alright, you got a good view of the board there. So we'll inject, not 19 volts, let's just set the voltage. Right, we've got a volt on there, so we'll try each of those capacitors and see what we've got. Sorry, coils. So we're drawing 2.3 amps. I don't know if that was just me on the board, because it's hot around there. Can you see that? Is that cooling down now? I'm not sure, but there is the PCH. That's the PCH there. Let me try the other one, this coil. What we're drawing on there, 1.3 amps. Oh, we've got something down here. Let me get the macro lens. Something down the RAM. So that, I think that's the BIOS. Let's double check. There you go. Can you see that? That's our BIOS IC, where we already seen that the pin 8 leg was burnt. So our BIOS chip is gone. So I think that one is the PCH, that one is the BIOS, and what was shorted on this one then? I'll take the macro lens off. I mean, it could be on the other one, could have been on the other side of the board, because it was quite diffused, that heat. So we're drawing a full 3 amps on that. Oh, what's that? I'm not on it anymore. Wait a minute. Oh, Willow88 just subscribed. Thank you, mate. Right, where's those 3 amps going? Under my hand? Well, we're going 3 amps in that. Right, I'm just going to have a look. Weird. Can't see anything. No. Oh, my phone's just about to die. I've got 1% battery. I don't know where those 3 amps are going, but that's a lot of current and I couldn't see it heating up. So maybe that's CPU or something, I'm not sure. Have to look at the schematics, see what that power rail connects to. Maybe it's PCH as well. 415 volt 3 phase. Insert meme. Stop it. It's already dead. Yeah, there's no resuscitating this one, unfortunately. Yeah. We've got a battery. CPU or GPU. Flux and a little duct tape, and she'll be good as new. Yeah, this... I don't even know what to do with that now. So many blown things. Can't use it for spares, really. Shorted phone, yeah. What will happen if you inject into that cap that was burnt out? Well, I don't know if there's actually any short on that cap. Or you mean the BIOS chip? But yeah, we've got another one to add to the donor pile. Maybe there's something that we can save off there. Doesn't look hopeful though. Yeah, sad story this one, isn't it? Sad story. Yeah. But on the plus side, I do need as many boards as possible because I'm working on building up my IC database to share with everybody. So the good thing is, if I can get a schematic and board view for this, I can photograph every single IC that's on this board and get them added into my database. So it doesn't even matter if they're working or faulty. I just need like a photograph and the identifying marks on the chip, and then I can find out the part numbers and the data sheets to attach. So that's what I'm working on. Yeah, so it will still be good for that for me. So I will find some useful purpose out of this. Right, Sergio's off for the night. Thank you, mate. Yeah, there's been some good lives today. Wingnut. Hello, Jay Fox. Oh, you found me through Parts People, yeah. Then I am still watching Nathan's one back from Wednesday night. I've watched the first half, and I need to watch the second half of his stream. Because it's a different time zone to me. Chill and relax. Right, I think I'm going to go as well, anyone, because I don't really want to start anything else, and there's not really much more I can do with this one. I think we all agree it's snookered. So, yeah, I think we'll leave it there for this one. But thanks for joining, everyone. Really appreciate it. Everyone being here. It's a good turnout. But we do need to come back because I've got to get that PlayStation looked at. So next time we'll be working on that PlayStation and also the multimeter if I get chance. Me too. He's got a lot of vids, yeah. Nathan's got a fantastic amount of videos. He's got a lot of the how-to videos as well, but the repair videos are really good. Yeah, I need to go and get a drink anyway. Hey, Rusty Russ, thanks, no problem. Zola Bud, thank you. Kyle, Undergrow, Serge. There we go. Andy, Swindon Electronic Repairs, Carrefour, Kawask, 99, Picotronics, Wingnut. Everybody's here. Mookie, should have saved for Halloween, Scary Bud, Undergrow. Missed this one. Oh, have you only just joined? Sorry, Undergrow. This laptop, if you want a recap, we did an MSI laptop, and for some reason, it wasn't working, and Sorin turned up, and it magically fixed itself. And this was a shorted capacitor. We fixed the capacitor, and then we got another short on the board. And then we looked, and it looks like somebody's been injecting voltage all over on this board and blowing things up on purpose. That's what it looks like. Yeah. Thanks, everybody, anyway. Juiced as well, and anybody lurking around. Yeah. I'll see you in the next one. And tomorrow I've got my first video in my new series that's going to be released. So you'll be able to watch that tomorrow. It'll be uploaded. So hopefully you might enjoy the new series that I've got. Yeah, you can watch it back if you want to see. It was quite fun. I enjoyed it. Right. See you, everybody.